With Madden 26 being just a few months away, I thought it would be fun to go back almost 7 years to Madden 19, the first game with the skill point upgrade system. And today, we are gonna be rebuilding the lowest overall team in the game, the New York Jets, at a 73 overall. And this is obviously a team that is still struggling to this day. So we are gonna see over these next few years if we can save the Jets, rewrite history a little bit, and actually turn this into a good team for the first time in I don't even know how long. And of course, our two main goals today are turning this into the highest overall team in the league and trying to win this team a Super Bowl by the end of this. We'll see how hard that is in Madden 19. But super quick, before we get into this, be sure to leave a like on the video. It sounds weird, but it really helps out the channel, and it'll let me know y'all want to see another throwback rebuild. And let's see, we got to 3,500 likes on the last one of these I did, so if we can get to 4,000, it'll let me know y'all want to see another one. We hit the goal on the last one, so apparently y'all wanted another. And then let me know down in the comments what Madden game you would want to see me do next, between Madden 15, 16, or 17. Those are the 3 recent ones I haven't done yet, or relatively recent. And then very last thing, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Getting close to 85k, getting even closer to 100k, and if you like Madden rebuilds, that's literally all I do on the channel. But without further ado, let's finally get into this. This is gonna be a good one. Oh yeah, and like I said, I'll talk about some of the players on this team. So obviously, we have rookie Sam Darnold here. I changed a few of the dev traits on this team to try to make them a little more realistic. I kept like the same amount of total dev traits this team has, just to be fair. But Sam Darnold had the Madden 19 equivalent of star, which was quick, but I took that away from him because he wasn't great for the Jets. So we're gonna have to see if we can save his career here. Looking like it's maybe been saved in real life, but not by the Jets. And that's another thing, the dev traits are a little different in this game, kind of. Instead of normal, star, superstar, X Factor, we have normal, quick, star, superstar. So the only one that's the same is normal, star is basically superstar, and superstar is basically X Factor, kind of. But yeah, those are the different tiers in this game. Oh yeah, and another interesting player, maybe the most interesting player on this team, is Jamal Adams. Obviously fell off big time after getting traded to the Seahawks, but we're not going to trade him to the Seahawks here. So he should be a monster for us for this whole rebuild. But other than that, nobody too noteworthy other than maybe my favorite player of all time, Thomas Rawls. I'm not joking. But all right, enough yapping. Let's finally get into this. I have no idea how we're going to do in year 1. We shouldn't be good, but I don't remember how good or bad the simulation was in this game. So let's get to the midseason point and we'll see how we're doing. But okay, we are 3-4-1 at the midseason. Not good, but probably better than we should be. Definitely better than we should be. We are developing a little bit. We're up to a 76. That's something, I guess. But we have some re-signings. I see Robbie Anderson, Steve McClendon, Jermaine Kearse, Buster Screen, Henry Anderson, Quincy Nunwa. What a group of players. Who do we actually want back here? Because a lot of these guys are, at least for Madden, kind of at the bad age. I would consider like 28, maybe 27 or older. You don't want to re-sign, but Robbie Anderson we will. Another guy that kind of fell off. There were a lot of players on this team that just kind of fell off after they left the Jets, which is kind of the opposite of what usually happens. But I'll go 4 years 40 for Robbie Anderson. He takes it, aka Chosen Anderson, aka Robbie Chosen, aka Robbie Anderson, but spelled Robbie, aka I'm sure there was at least one more. But all right, Steve McClendon's 32. Jermaine Kearse is gonna be 30 in a couple years. Buster Screen, is it Buster Screen or Scrine? I used to say Scrine like a long time ago, but I also remember some people saying Screen. I don't know. Quincy Nunwa I want back though. Career cut short by injuries, but he was pretty good. I'll go 3 years 19. He takes it. Oh, is this the game where you could just cheese it and go a year over what the players want and they'll automatically take it? It might be, but Henry Anderson, he's really cheap. 3 years, 14, sure. But yeah, Bilal Powell, he's 29 at running back. I'm probably good. Teddy Bridgewater is only 25, but obviously we're going with Sam Darnold. There are a lot of players to re-sign here, which is maybe a good thing. We have Terrell Pryor. I forgot he was even on the Jets. But all right, these guys will have to deal with at the end of the year. Is this like our whole roster? It feels like it. This feels feels like almost 30 players or something. But all right, let's get to the end of the year. I'm hoping we don't make the playoffs yet. We'll see though. Okay, thankfully it doesn't look like we made the playoffs. We did beat the Patriots in week 17. Ooh, but we have some negative morale. How bad were we? 6-9-1. Nice, I guess. The Dolphins had 2 ties. 5-9-2. That's an ugly record. Who did they tie with? Or, well, the 49ers also had 2 ties. So at least one of them was that's a lot of ties. That's weird. Anyways, let's see what happens. Sam Darnold was actually decent as a rookie. I'll have to compare him to the rest of the QBs in the league, because in real life, this would be a really good rookie year. In Madden 25, this would be a bad rookie year, but we'll see where it ranks in Madden 19. He was sacked 54 times, though. Bilal Powell was horrible. 3.3 per carry. I should have just started Thomas Rawls. He had the same amount. I thought about it. But Robbie Anderson, 900 yards, almost 800 for Curse. Oh, why is it? Oh, it's sorted by receptions. Over 900 for Quincy Enunwa on only 64 catches. Okay, well, there's our problem. Brandon Shell, 15 sacks allowed, 12 from James Carpenter. I think I see what position group we're going to target first. Also, there are a lot of former Seahawks on this team, and most of them were pretty terrible. But Avery Williamson, 122 tackles of the team, 11 TFLs for Jenkins and Bass, and sacks, a whole 6.5 for Jordan Jenkins, 5.5 for Leonard Williams. Not great, but we at least had a good amount of picks. 2 for Williamson, Adams, Johnson, and Screen, 1 for a few players. But all right, let's check out these yearly awards. Is this going to be really weird? I feel like it's going to be a mess. Oh, Zeke MVP, a running back MVP. That's something. I see Marcus Mariota up here. Huh. But AFC Offensive Player of the Year does go to Marcus Mariota. Derek Johnson on the Raiders wins Defensive Player of the Year. Probably like 36 years old here. Did Derek Johnson even win a Defensive Player of the Year in his prime? Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel like looking. Halfway through typing it, I realized I kind of don't care, but there are a lot of, it is almost all linebackers up here, which is interesting. Is it that way in Madden 25? I genuinely don't remember. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kareem Hunt, at least for the AFC. Sam Darnold at 4, and Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Rashaan Evans. Okay, sure, whatever. But all right, let's get into the good part now. Let's get into this first off season, and I think it's pretty obvious what our issues are. Oh yeah, and wait, one more thing I want to check. Where did Sam Darnold rank? I'll just check like passer rating. Let me see if he was decent, or if like every QB was better. Oh god, it's gonna show every backup, isn't it? Okay, he was number 7 counting from the bottom, so like 25-ish, 26. Not great, but probably better than he did in real life, so we'll take it. Oh yeah, we also have to deal with the Tom Brady Patriots at this point, so hopefully he retires soon. He might. But we had a Raiders-Eagles Super Bowl. I think the Raiders win it 24-19. I don't think the order was messed up in this game. What is this mess? I forgot about this. But yeah, the Raiders did win the Super Bowl 24-19. What a start. But all right, for the rest of our re-signings, Steve McClendon didn't regress too bad. Huh. Jermaine Kearse, he's 29. I'll let him go. Bilal Powell definitely regressed, and he was bad. Teddy Bridgewater, we don't need. Morris Claiborne. Thomas Rawls, my GOAT, I'll bring back, of course. He resigns. Huge. How many former Seahawks were on this team, though? Jermaine Kearse. David Bass, I think, played for the Seahawks. Terrell Pryor. Thomas Rawls. James Carpenter. I don't know. Now Sam Darnold. I guess he wasn't former at this time, but you know what I mean. But anyways, let's see if there's anyone we can release. This team is looking awful. Let's hopefully create some cap space. Kelvin Beachum, I would get rid of, but he was actually decent, wasn't he? 10 sacks. I mean, that's definitely not great, but could be a lot worse. Really isn't anyone I want to get rid of, but that should be fine. I would assume we have a pretty good amount of cap space. Let's see who's available in free agency. Ooh. Okay, Landon Collins is the best available free agent. How about the running backs? Amir Abdullah. Oh, this is where you can't check player stats once they hit free agency. I would want to see how Amir Abdullah did before I sign him, but we can't check. If we go to like the overall stats, he just doesn't show up. Man, there's some players with weirdly high ratings here. Jamison Crowder up to an 87. Tyler Croft at a 79. Jesse James at a 78. Huh. Well, let's see. I want some O-line. Let's go with Jack Mewhort if possible. I don't even know if he was still playing at this point. I'm pretty sure he retired really early. Never mind. The Dolphins, I forgot. The Dolphins and one other team just give massive offers in this game, at least for the first couple years until they run run out of money. All right, well, we need someone. How about John Miller? Not great, but better than what we have, which is nothing at left guard. And we do need some pass rush. How about Dante Fowler Jr.? Only 25 here. Is there anyone else? I mean, there's 36-year-old Terrell Suggs. I would be down for that, maybe. But all right, here is what we're gonna do in free agency. We're gonna go kind of hard. I mean, we might as well. Players are so cheap in this game. Guys like Bobby McCain at an 80 overall are only asking $4 million a year. Dante Fowler, the best pass rusher available here, is asking less than $10 million a year. Like, everyone's super cheap. I know we have less cap space, obviously, but I feel like it's scaled where we can kind of pay a lot of players. We'll see. But yeah, we're gonna go for Landon Collins, Dante Fowler Jr., Bobby McCain, Tyler Croft, and John Miller. Kind of all players that weren't really great past 2018, but whatever. They will be here. So let's sim to the next week. No free agency periods here. You just have to simulate. And let's see who signs. Oh, we don't get Dante Fowler Jr. We do get Landon Collins, Bobby McCain, and Tyler Croft. So John Miller's still waiting. Tragic. But all right, I don't know if I want to sign another pass rusher here. Like, Robert Quinn is going to be 30 next year. There's Coney Ely. That's something. Yeah, we might just wait for the draft. Ooh, there's pre-breakout Zadarius Smith. No dev trait, though. But all right, I'll go for Jake Elliott, because why not? We need a kicker. Let's see. Are these two going to sign? If they don't this week, I don't care. I'll just get to the draft. Okay, we do get both of them. So that at least kind of fills a few of the holes. Sorta. Still isn't a great team, obviously. But let's see if I remember how to draft in this game. But all right, in the draft, we pick at number 10. Weird to see this old layout. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we have the old scouting style, or I don't know what to call it, but the scouting where you only get to see 3 of their ratings. And is this a game where it actually tells you how good they are if you have them fully scouted? I can't remember. I remember there were some Madden games where the talent in the bottom right was actually 100% accurate, and there were some games where it was like a range, or just, I guess, a projection, which was kind of weird. It might be accurate, though, because this guy does look like an early first-round talent. We'll see. And I know it's a weird strategy when we were just pretty terrible, but I might go with that running back here, if he's still available. He might not be, but let's get to pick 10. There was an 80 overall guard that went a pick before us. He is still here, though. Okay, the only other thing I would think about, the only other position is edge, but these are all run stoppers. Okay, they're like all off-ball linebackers. Arrington is the first one who isn't an off-ball linebacker. There are some defensive ends, but they don't look great. Blakely's a speed rusher with 4.84 speed. I think I'm just gonna go Scandrick. Yeah, let's take him. He's the best player I see. Sure. Ranked number 6, got him at 10, quick dev. We'll take it. I wish he had a little bit better of a dev trait, but it is what it is. Oh, and we have the first? Why do we have the first pick in the second round? I don't know. They must have made some draft day trade in 2018. But all right, what should we do here? Are there any other first round talents left? I don't see any. I do see some seconds at least. There is a first round talent off-ball linebacker. Do I really want that though? He's a late first. I might just kind of half reach on offensive line here. Man, I wish we had this guy scouted, Kerry Chung. But Brady Helfit doesn't look terrible either. He's 6'7", sure. Normal dev, but he is about what I expected, rank 47. I wish he had at least better than normal, but it is what it is. Damn, rookies are high overalls in this game though, I kind of forgot. But all right, I might go with one more reach just because it's a pretty desperate need. Trayon Boye. That's going to be a fun name to pronounce, this whole rebuild. I almost hope he doesn't become good, but late third, but close enough. We're pretty desperate for edge rusher. Does have star, thankfully, which I guess is basically star, or basically superstar, maybe. Maybe it's the same as star in like Madden 25, but quick is somewhere in between. Normal and star, I don't know, that could be. We'll take it though. But all right, here's how we did in the draft. It was pretty good for not having drafted in this game in probably close to 7 years. I don't know. Not that it's hard necessarily, but DeAndre Scandrick looks like a good player. He'll be our starting running back. I hope he isn't like the rookie running backs in Madden 25, where they are just terrible and they have to become like a 95 overall before they actually play well, but we'll see. Brady Helfit, we'll have to see where we'll play him. Probably right tackle. That's my guess. And I wish I drafted another offensive lineman. I guess the CPU picked a not great one, but we'll see if they're free agents, hopefully. But Boye, he's decent. I don't know what the point of going over the draft recap is. We already saw what their overalls were. I'm just, you know, used to having to do that. But Morgan Gray, I also picked him and Donald Spencer. I think this is one of the games where if the receivers have really high, I think it's like 3-cone and shuttle, they'll be a good overall, because that's what Spencer had, and he was decent. Definitely worth pick. Oh wait, and you could check the overall draft class in this game? I thought you couldn't yet. That's interesting. But yeah, we did pretty well. I guess what I maybe should have done is gone with Chisholm or whatever that last name is, and then Frederick round 2. He was the same overall as Skandrick, but oh well, we got a good player. We'll take it. But okay, here is a look at the team heading into year 2. There were actually a pretty good amount of like decent overall undrafted players, like Daniel Croft. He's a 73. He's gonna start for us. Case Leonhardt, I guess we'll start him too, so we'll take that. One thing I might do is I might raise the XP sliders a little bit, because we didn't develop at all in year 1. I kept them neutral just because I didn't know what to set them as, but I'll go like 130 for everything. I don't remember what good XP sliders were. But yeah, we have a lot of rookies on the offensive line, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. We'll see how Skandrick does as a rookie. We have Spencer as a rookie who's going to start. On defense, not too many, but Boye and then also Norton. Did we draft him or sign him? I think he was undrafted. I think we signed him. So we're still definitely not a great team, clearly, but I think we're improving, and it's only year 2. But all right, y'all know the team. Let's get into this season. Let's hope Sam Darnold does a little better this year. Let's get to the midseason, and we'll see how we do. But okay, at the midseason, we are once again 3-4. At least we're not worse, to be fair. I guess we were 3-4-1 last year, right? So yeah, we're literally exactly the same win percentage. Damn, still no development for Skandrick through 7 games? That's kind of wild. Maybe I need to up the XP sliders even more. I didn't realize it was that much different than Madden 25. Oh, Sam Darnold. Not a great start to the year. Sacked 18 times so far. Okay, here's the problem. I don't remember what playbooks were actually good in this game. So if the Jets playbooks suck, I don't know what to do. Okay, well, we probably won't go with the Bills. They're 0-8. But let's bench, this is unfortunate, but we're gonna have to bench Helfit. He's been horrible. Our one starting lineman that we actually drafted. But for re-signings, we have Leonard Williams, Jordan Jenkins, who has quick dev now. Why does he have quick? He was not good last year. I was also wondering why he was even a 79 to begin with. Was he must have had a decent year at some point. I didn't remember it though. Doesn't play super well, but we'll definitely re-sign Leonard Williams, 5 years, 51. He doesn't take it. And then other than that, I don't know that I really want any of these guys back. A lot less players to re-sign this year. I guess that's a good thing, but that's really all there is for us to do here. So let's get to the end of the year, and we'll probably finish like 6-10, 7-9, something like that. We'll see. I feel like every time I say that, we end up being horrible. So let's see if we win another game. Okay, we actually go 8-8, and we make the playoffs in year 2. I guess my guess wasn't too bad. We were 1 or 2 wins better than I expected, but that was apparently enough to make the wild card. Let's see what happened this year. Ooh, the saving Sam Darnold experiment isn't going super well so far. 3,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, 14 picks, 55 completion percentage, 75 passer rating, sacked 43 times. Not great. DeAndre Skandrick at least did better than I expected. 700 yards, only 3.8 per carry, but I thought he would get like 3.5. I might need to up the XP sliders even more. He only went up 1 overall. But Donald Spencer was our leading receiver as a rookie. 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Tyler Croft, or no, Robbie Anderson was actually our #1 receiver, at least in terms of yards. But Case Leonhardt was awful. Kelvin Beachum was good again. Unfortunately, he's going to regress down to like a 72. But he's been easily our best lineman so far. The rest of these guys are terrible. But Williamson, 132 tackles of the team. TFLs, 16 for Williams. And sacks, 7 for Boye as a rookie. We'll take that. Only 5 for Jenkins. Really not much else. Picks, 2 for McCain, and then 1 for a few players. How was this a playoff team? What were we even good at? I have no idea. We were 31st for offensive yards. I guess our defense was good. The stats didn't really look like it though. But we had Aaron Rodgers winning MVP here, Jay Ajayi at 3, David Johnson up here, Zeke again, that's something. But Deshaun Watson wins Offensive Player of the Year. Teddy Bridgewater for the Patriots up there? Of course. Well, at least Tom Brady retired. But Khalil Mack wins Defensive Player of the Year. Avery Williamson at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Neil Hayden for the Dolphins, a division rival. At least they were only 3-13, but Skandrick at 2, Spencer at 4. That's tough. How about defensive rookie of the year? Will it go to Boye? He also gets number 2 to a Dolphins player. Curry Campanaro wins it for the Dolphins. Boye at 2. Damn. Well, at least we're in the playoffs. I don't know how, because we're only at 77 overall. Let me check where that ranks, actually. Are we still the lowest overall team? Oh, that's demand release. How do you retire? Oh, I guess over here. We might still be the lowest overall team. Now, the Panthers are 77. The other team that was tied with us for overall was the Giants, but they actually passed us. Colts are also a 77. Okay, I'm thankful for the Cardinals here. They're only a 75. At least we're not still the worst. The Bills are also only a 76. So we're definitely not the worst anymore. That's good. But all right, we have some upgrades apparently. Avery Williamson and Tremaine Johnson. I don't know if I've mentioned Tremaine Johnson at one point during this rebuild, but sure, finally gets an upgrade point. But all right, in the wild card, we are going to be taking on last year's Super Bowl winner, the Oakland Raiders. Were they Las Vegas by this point? No, they were still Oakland. We definitely don't deserve to win this game. They are 7 overall better than us, the better record. They are the better team here, which is kind of weird to say, but let's see what happens. And we do beat them pretty easily, 24-10. I see weekly awards. We must have won one. Sam Darnold got sacked 4 times, but still won AFC Offensive Player of the Week. 16 tackles for Zach Cunningham. That's something. Oh, these are interesting to look at. Alex Smith, Darius Geis, Rodney McLeod, Travis Benjamin, Case Keenum on the Broncos. Some really random players. Solomon Thomas. Oh yeah, he probably had a good overall in this game, huh? But all right, just like that, I mean, we're in the divisional, and we are going to be taking on the San Diego Chargers still? It's hard to remember where teams played. No, they were the LA Chargers by this point. Okay. So can we move on to the conference championship? We don't deserve it yet, but I would take it. We do. And we are going to be taking on the 9-6-1 Houston Texans. Is simulation in this game exactly the same as it is in Madden 25? It feels awful still. We are a 77 overall and we are in the conference championship. Neither of the teams in the conference championship have double-digit wins. That's fun. Love this game. But all right, can we move on to the Super Bowl in year 2? Let's see. Okay, we get absolutely smoked by the Texans. I don't know if it should have been the Texans that were smoking us, 35-7, but it is what it is. It's only year 2. Huh. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't know how we got that far. But all right, it looks like the Eagles beat the Texans in the Super Bowl here. 27-21, close game in Super Bowl 54. But of course, we still have some re-signings. It's a lot of the free agents we signed to start the year to fill out the roster. I'll probably bring some of these UDFAs back. Like, I think Daniel Croft was fine. I'm mostly just bringing these guys back so I don't have to worry about signing more players and refilling out the depth because I'm lazy. Devrin, that's a new... I didn't even realize his name was Devrin. I thought it was Devin. Huh. Don't know about that one. But all right, now to the actually important one, Leonard Williams. I'll go 6 years and up the money. Again, I can't remember if the years thing was in this game where you can just up the years and they'll automatically re-sign, but he does come back either way. We'll let the rest of these guys go. Kelvin Beachum down to a 71. That kind of hurts to see. But let's get into free agency. Ooh, and there are some interesting players. Derrick Henry. We did just spend the number 10 pick on a running back, but I mean, Derrick Henry would be kind of fun. There's also Derek Kindred at an 84 overall. Okay, I didn't remember that one. Nick Foles at an 80. Oh, I guess this was like right after his Super Bowl run. Corey Coleman up to an 81. But all right, I mean, our defense was good. That's the issue, but I don't know who to get on offense. Like, there aren't too many upgrades here. None on the offensive line, really, unless we want to go with 32-year-old TJ Lang. Should we sign Derrick Henry just for fun? I'm not too worried about cap space here. Fast forward 5 years and we have negative 20 mil in cap, but I don't know. I'm fairly confident we can get out of the cap space. And let me see, is there anyone we can release? Maybe Tremaine Johnson or something? I mean, Brian Winters, I guess. That saves a little bit. But all right, here's what we're going to do in free agency. It's going to be Derrick Henry, Sheldon Rankins, and Xavier Howard. Good Xavier Howard. I mean, he's decent here, but not as good as he eventually became. I guess same with Derrick Henry. I also saw J.C. Jackson at like a 64 overall or something. Just kind of weird to see, but yeah, we're just trying to get whatever upgrades we really can. There aren't many upgrades, but again, we're getting what we can. I also wanted a pass rusher because we still really only have Boye, but like there's there's Kyle Van Noy, Zadarius Smith again, but he's not good here. Jordan Jenkins, and like that's about it. There's 32-year-old Jerry Hughes. I guess Noah Spence, but I doubt he would do very well in this game. Why is Charles Tapper a 77? I barely even remember him. I don't know. Either way, let's see if these players sign. Okay, we do get Xavier Howard and Derrick Henry. Sheldon Rankins hasn't signed yet. He at least didn't reject. We're third now. All right, hold on. I do want him for sure. I want to build a really good D-line here. We'll give him 5 years. Why not? 102 points. Is that going to be enough? We'll see. I do remember some Madden games where if you have the lead for a player in free agency, you automatically get him, but this isn't one of those games. So let's hope we get him. We don't. He rejects it. He goes to the Cardinals on a little bit worse of a deal. But all right, let's get to the draft once again, where we still need to do some work, clearly. And let's hope there are some good players this year. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn off auto scouting last year. So this year I'll actually scout players myself. Not that I really remember what to look for, but I kinda do, a little bit. But all right, this year in the draft, we pick at number 29. I definitely didn't expect that, but I don't know what to do this year. I do like the players more than last year at least, but if we want anyone good, we're gonna have to trade up. Problem is, we definitely need all the draft picks we have. We need to fill out this roster desperately. So we'll just have to see who's available at 29. It is what it is. Hopefully some linemen. I scouted a lot of linemen. Not that many of them were great, but at least decent. Are any of them first round talents? No. Any early seconds at least? Okay, mid-second, another mid-second. Okay, early second center. Mid-second center. I guess we'll go with Halsey. Let me look around a little bit just to make sure I'm not missing out on anyone too great. There is Kerry Ryan mid-first at receiver, but we really don't need a receiver. This running back is probably good, yeah. Ooh, there's an early first-round talent QB. That's kind of tempting, but I mean, I do want to commit to Sam Darnold for at least another year. I think I'm just going to do what I think is the smart pick. I'm going to go with Howard Halsey out of UAB. We at least know he's pretty good, and O-line is a massive need, so let's take him. Rank 74, does have star dev though. Oh, rank 63. So does the rating not mean anything? I don't know how it took me that long to realize that, but yeah, no, it said he was an early second, but he's a late second. Okay, so I guess it doesn't mean anything. The rest of the picks I made last year just happened to be at least close to accurate. Interesting. But here, ooh, I kind of like Douglas Mabry. Remember what I was saying about guys with high 3-cone and 20-yard shuttle? I do vividly remember getting like close to 80 overall receivers in the mid rounds. Should we go with Mabry? Again, we don't really need receiver, but he does look really good. Let's take him. Why not? Okay, not great. Ranked 68, got him at 61. He's fine. I definitely don't remember how to draft in this game, that's for sure. But okay, Gregory Doyle, he's at least pretty good. I do remember just go with the strongest lineman you can find and they'll be good. He'll start for us. We'll take it. Okay, I'm starting to figure it out. Kadarius Parsons, ranked 38, got him at 125. Sounds good. I think I'll know how to do it a little better next year. But all right, here is a look at the team heading into year 3. After a pretty good year last year, we still definitely don't look great or even good, but at least better so far. Also, I don't know how overall works in this game. We have a 77 offense, 79 defense, but we're only a 76 overall. That's kind of weird. Also, I think I'm going to up the XP sliders even more. I'll go like 150. But yeah, I think I actually know how to draft now. We can't go off of what the actual rating says. But we'll hope our offense does a little better this year. Again, I'm thinking about changing the offensive playbook, but I don't know what to set it to. And it's not like our offense is a good overall, so it's probably fair that it's not doing well. But the defense was good last year, and hopefully it's good again. I wish we had a better number 2 pass rusher. I wish we had a better number 1 and 2. What is Boye rank for right outside linebackers? 31, so he's barely starting caliber. And he's our number 1. This might not be a fun year in terms of pass rush, but once again, let's get to the midseason point and we'll see how we do. Okay, we are 3-4 for the 3rd year in a row at the midseason. I guess that's fair though. We're not great on paper still. But what's the issue this year? This year I might actually bench some players. Ooh, Derrick Henry's doing well. That was definitely a good signing. Scandrick isn't even RB2 though. I should definitely change that. Robbie Anderson's our wide receiver 1, but how about the O-line? Who's bad here? Ooh, Doyle, Helfit, and Halsey. All 3 of the linemen we drafted early. Croft, a UDFA, and Spencer Long are the only 2 that are doing well. I guess the worst is Halsey. I'm just gonna leave him though. We'll hope they do better. We need someone to develop, but yeah, our pass rush isn't too great. Huh. We have some upgrade points at least. Marcus May, sure. But all right, we also have some re-signings. Jamal Adams, Avery Williamson, Marcus May, and Isaiah Crowell, and that's it. That's kind of weird. But Jamal Adams, we are obviously going to bring back our highest overall player, I'm pretty sure. I'll go 4 years, 41, that's very cheap. He resigns. Avery Williamson, he is already 28, but he's also very cheap. I'll go 4 years, 24. He takes it. And Marcus May, sure, he plays a little bit, and he's not very cheap, so why not? 4 years, 21, he takes it, and then we'll let Isaiah Crowell go. So let me make Skandrick the RB2, I guess for like power back. He's the number 2 power back. Oh, receiving back. I don't know, whatever, that's probably fine. But all right, let's hope the O-line doesn't get any worse. We'll definitely look to free agency for some offensive linemen this year, though. Okay, we end up missing the playoffs. We beat the Patriots 42-10 in week 17, but we go 7-9. We barely missed the playoffs. Well, I don't know about barely, but we were barely worse than we were last year, and we made the playoffs at 8-8, so maybe. But this year, Sam Darnold had his best year, 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns, 10 picks. He wasn't great, only 59 completion percentage, but his best year so far. Derrick Henry, that was a really good signing. Robbie Anderson, 1,000 yards. This looks like I switched offensive playbooks, even though I didn't. But blocking, okay, Telfit was awful. Doyle was awful. Holsey was awful. The same 3, big surprise. But Avery Williamson led the team in tackles again. Henry Anderson, 14 TFLs led the team in sacks. Thankfully, Leonard Williams stepped up, 10 sacks for him, 7 for Boye, he was pretty good, 6.5 for Anderson, 5.5 for Zidalis, or whatever his last name is. Oh, he has quick dev. I think he gained that. He did. We take those. I mean, he only went up 1 overall, but sure. I didn't remember development being this slow in this game. Like, Tyler Kroft, I don't think he's gained a single overall since he's been here. Sam Darnold has gone up like 3 in 3 full years starting. It's weird. Maybe I need to have XP sliders at like 250 or something. I don't know. Nah, I almost like it though, but just players that do well don't even develop. But Phillip Rivers on the Saints wins MVP. Follows the Drew Brees Chargers to Saints pipeline, I guess. I don't know. A little bit of a different story there, but that's interesting. Marcus Mariota wins another Offensive Player of the Year. We're 3 for 3 on QB Offensive Player of the Year. Jacoby Brissett was up there as the starter for the Chargers. Rashawn Evans wins Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to DeMichael Casey for the Ravens. Mabry at 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Raphael Neese for the Bengals. Zidalis at 5. No other Jets. Yeah, our drafting hasn't been great. But again, I think I know how to do it a little better now. So let's get into another offseason. I had a little bit of hope that year. I figured it was going to be similar to last year, but making the conference championship last year gave me hope. So let's hope we can get some linemen. Let's hope we can get some pass rushers. And that should do it, I would hope. But for re-signings, just a lot of UDFAs again. There was one, yeah, Nico Adkisson, quick dev, sure. He developed 1 whole overall as a full-time starter. But all right, in free agency, hopefully there's some linemen. Ooh, Christian McCaffrey, Buda Baker, Trent Williams, he is 33, but should be better than what we have. Is he the only good lineman? Ooh, George Kittle, pre-developed George Kittle, no dev trait, that's interesting. Ooh, Deion Dawkins is here too. I mean, I would do that. We're gonna have to break the bank for these two probably, but I'm fine with that. We'll go 107 points for Trent Williams, 128 points. Can't compete with that. Mitchell Schwartz was only a 73. I mean, he regressed, but that's kind of weird. All right, well, we're still gonna need a left guard and a right tackle probably, but I'm gonna go even more money for Trent Williams. I want more than 107 points. Let's go 10 salary and 5 signing bonus. Takes forever to scroll. Okay, 115 points. That should be more than good. And is there a pass rusher? Taco Charlton, Derek Barnett, Carl Lawson. Hassan Reddick. I'm guessing he only has normal, but that's interesting. I might go Derek Barnett out of any of these guys. Is that the best option? Maybe. All right, 113 points. That should be good. We're overpaying players, but we're desperate, so I feel like we need to. Oh yeah, and let me check one more time. Is there anyone we can just straight up cut? Spencer Long, but I don't want to. Henry Anderson, but I don't want to. They've both been good. Quincy Nunwa, nah, we should keep him too. But all right, Trent Williams, Derek Barnett, can we get them? I would hope so. We have big leads for both of them. We do get both. Okay, cool. We'll obviously move Derek Barnett to outside linebacker. Hopefully it doesn't drop too much. I don't remember how bad it was in this Madden. Oh, it didn't save. Okay, cool. He drops to an 81. Okay, not too bad. We're now up to a 78 overall. We'll take that. But all right, in the draft, should we just look for even more linemen? I mean, we've tried to draft them and they've all played kind of terribly. Let's just keep throwing stuff at the wall until something sticks. That's not really the saying, but close enough. But okay, my recording crashed. Thankfully, I didn't lose too much, but I decided to not trade down. We went with Antoine Hamilton, a defensive tackle. I figured it wasn't going to be a great pick, but he was at least ranked 16, got him at 10, so that's fine. Just trading down in this game is not worth it for some reason. I did a trade similar to the ones that I do in Madden 25, and it was like halfway, so I'm good on that. But anyways, in round 2, I don't really know what to do here. I definitely want a lineman. We're probably going to go with Bradley at some point. I think I already said that, but he'll definitely be one of our picks. Man, I might just go with a linebacker, honestly, because they look pretty good. There are lots of them. I think I'm going to go with Jalen McClure. We don't have him scouted, but he looks pretty good. Rank 32, got him at 42, only normal dev, but 76 overall, we'll take that. Better than we have been drafting. And then round 3, I think this is where we're going to go with the guard, just so we don't risk him getting picked early. Dwayne Bradley. I do remember one of the strategies for this game is just taking the strongest guard you can find, which I haven't really done at this point. So we'll take him. Ranked 75, okay. Or not ranked 75, 75 overall, ranked 49, got him at 74. Quick dev, we'll take it. Ooh, that was just a random pick I made. I wasn't even going to say anything about it, but KJ Sanders, ranked 26, got him at 106. No dev trait, but I took him because he was a really athletic speed rusher, and that worked out. I mean, he's gonna start for us, I think. That could be a really, really good random pick. But all right, here is a look at the team heading into year 4. We're looking okay. We're up to a 78 overall. I gotta check where that ranks in the league. I guess I'll just check that now. I doubt it's the worst or even close, but it's obviously not the best. But yeah, we are better than a few teams now. We'll honestly take that. Ooh, the Bengals are a 73. They also have Christian McCaffrey now for some reason. I'm gonna up the XP sliders even more though. Like, I don't see any, okay, well, as soon as I say that, I was gonna say I don't see any 99 overalls. The only one I see is Le'Veon Bell. Okay, Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack. Yeah, I'm gonna up it even more. Why not? I don't remember having to up XP sliders this much though. I know I've mentioned that like a million times, but let's just go 200%. Sure. But yeah, again, we're up to a 78 overall. We're looking okay. Still definitely some holes on this team. I'm just barely remembering how to draft in this game. But I mean, if we get one good free agent class, this could be one of the better teams in the league. Like, we have pieces for sure. We just still have some pretty big issues that could be solved with one good free agent class. Oh yeah, and for the players we drafted on defense, McClure dropped from a 76 to a 71 at middle linebacker. So I think I'll just keep him listed as an outside linebacker and play him as a sub linebacker or something. I don't know. But same with Sanders. He dropped from a 77 to a 72, which is wild to me because he's a speed rusher. It seems like, you know, they would translate better than a power rusher to outside linebacker. So we'll just leave him at defensive end, but we'll play him as a rush end. I kind of forgot we signed Derek Barnett, though. But, oh well, I won't complain. We need edge depth, too. Or hardly even depth. He'll play a decent bit, probably. But all right. Once again, let's get into the season. We'll see if we're 3-4 again at the midseason. But okay, at the midseason, you guessed it, we're 3-4-1. Has that been every single year so far? I think so. 3-4 or 3-4-1. That is wild. All right, is there anything we can upgrade this year? Or are there any players we should bench for a lower overall player that'll do better for some reason? Sam Darnold has been sacked 23 times through 8 games. All right, that's not great. Tyler Kroft is our #1 receiver. Did I change the offensive playbook and I don't remember it? Or no, I guess Robbie Anderson. I'm never going to get used to that. It being sorted by receptions, not yards. Robbie Anderson is our #1 receiver. Kroft is 2. Ooh, okay. Howard Holsey is allowed 6 sacks from left guard. Trent Williams is awful. All right. We'll at least bench Holsey, but the rest of these guys, I don't know if we really have another option. Should we just change our offensive playbook now? And if so, what should we go to? I'll check at the end of the year and see what the best offenses were, and we'll just go off of one of them. Is that a foolproof plan? No, but it will probably be better than what we have. But we have some re-signings. Bobby McCain, who's very cheap. Quincy Nunwall will probably let go. He's going to be 30. Tyler Kroft will we'll see. Xavier Howard, we'll see. Sam Darnold, we'll see. He hasn't been too great. I mean, we've tried to save his career. He's been fine, but honestly, he's been one of the worst QBs here. So I kind of take back saying he's been fine, mostly just due to completion percentage, which is really weird to see in Madden. But all right, we'll at least bring back Bobby McCain. I'll go 2 years, 11. He takes it. And then other than him, we'll just wait until the end of the year, but Sam Darnold probably won't be back. But all right, let's get to the end of the year. I'll bench Halsey for, I don't know, Croft. He's 25. How about Doyle? Sure. He's only 22. Probably not going to do much better, but we'll see. But all right, let's get to the end of the year and let's hope we can make the playoffs for the second time in this rebuild. It doesn't feel like it's going very well, but we were close to a playoff team last year. We've been a playoff team once, so we're already doing better than the Jets have. Again, we just need a good free agent class and probably a new quarterback. All right, I see we're not in the playoffs. What happened? We went 8-7-1. We had a winning record. We were the first team in our division out of the playoffs. Well, that doesn't really mean anything, but we were only half a win behind the Patriots, who won the division. We're so close to being like a consistent playoff team. We're just not quite there. We're so close, though. All right, what was the issue? Sam Darnold honestly had probably his best year, despite getting sacked 54 times. Derrick Henry wasn't all that good, only 3.9 per carry. Did get 1,000 yards, but again, only 3.9 per carry. Let's see, receiving 1,000 yards for Robbie Anderson, 900 for Enunwa, and I started Mabry? Oh yeah, I'm getting confused with our receivers. We have a lot of like low to mid 70 overalls. I'm forgetting who's who. But yeah, Mabry's who I meant to start. Croft was good too. But for blocking, Trent Williams, Daniel Hayden. How do we fix this offensive line? I don't know if we can. Also, Doyle was worse than Halsey. Avery Williamson, 118 tackles led the team, 11 TFLs for Barnett led the team, but sacks, only 7 for Derek Barnett led the team. Really none other than him. Boye only 3.5. I also signed Hassan Reddick. He was just sitting as a free agent. Didn't really do anything for us, but I thought he would. 2 picks for Parsons led the team, and then 1 for like 7, 8 different players or something. Okay, let me look at the stats. Offensive yards, we were 8. Defensive yards, we were 3rd, but we were 26th for points scored still. 7th for points allowed. So our defense is good, despite our pass rush not being that good, which is interesting. But our offense is still bad, despite getting a good amount of yards, so I'm still going to change it. But Matt Ryan wins MVP for 2021. Zeke at 2. Deshaun Watson at 3. Jacoby Brissett at 4. Leonard Fournette. Ryan Tannehill on the Saints. Andrew Luck is still around here. Andrew Luck was in Madden 19. I thought he retired like right before. Huh, I don't know. Let's see, Offensive Player of the Year, Sam Darnold at 6. Oh God, he's gonna make this a tough decision. I mean, I don't know. Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to a Broncos player. No Jets. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to a Patriots player. That's unlucky. Antoine Hamlin at 10. All right, we're changing the offensive playbook. Who had the best offense this year for points per game? It looks like the Falcons. Were they good because they had Matt Ryan who did well, or did they make Matt Ryan do well? That's the dilemma. I feel like the Eagles could be a pretty safe bet too. We saw him win a Super Bowl. This is probably going to be a catastrophic mistake, but let's try the Falcons. They were first for yards and points. We'll see how this goes. But all right, let's get into another offseason. We'll at least do, I don't think this will be our last offseason, but if we do really well next year, I don't know. I want a Super Bowl with this team. We'll see. This won't be the last offseason unless we somehow win the Super Bowl next year. But all right, for re-signings, we have, of course, some tough decisions to make here. Quincy Enunwa, we won't bring him back. He's regressing. Tyler Croft is even regressing a little bit. We'll see. We might bring him back in free agency. Xavier Howard, I'm probably good. But Sam Darnold, he's really not expensive at all. What's he ranked for QBs? 27? He played better than that, though, apparently. I mean, I didn't think he did that well, but he was up there for Offensive Player of the Year. I thought he was fine. Let me just check, like, passer rating. I know passer rating isn't perfect or anything, but let's see. He was 19th for passer rating, and that was his best year. Like, the touchdown-interception ratio is really good, but the completion percentage isn't. So yeah, I think we're gonna let him go. If his best is 19th, I'm good. I know he's not that expensive, but I'd rather get a QB who actually does well. But all right, in free agency this year, there's some interesting players. Jair Alexander, Von Miller, Duke Johnson, Tim Jernigan, Marquise Lee, some interesting players. Richard Sherman, Lane Johnson, who's regressed a lot here. Taywan Taylor, Anthony Miller. All right, well, I definitely want Jair Alexander. I would go like 5 years. I don't know what it would take for him to accept this. 5 years, 64. We have the lead by 9 points over the Browns. Hopefully that's enough. Just in case, we'll go for Josh Jackson. Must have been a rookie in Madden 19 because he was not great in the NFL. I think he got hurt or something. I don't know. Darius Leonard, but not that good. Only a 77 overall. Oh, the Dolphins have a massive offer for him. Okay. Should we go for Von Miller? I mean, we're gonna run out of cap space, but oh well, like we need good players. I realize we're not being super smart with the cap space. We're kind of signing multiple players at the same positions, but like, I want some good players. Unfortunately though, there still are not any good linemen. They just don't hit free agency ever. There is Lane Johnson. Would he do well? I mean, we kind of got to take that chance no matter what, just because our tackle situation has been so miserable. Would he fix that? I don't know, but we got to try. We're overpaying the hell out of everyone, but I'm worried we're not going to get him. Dallas Goedert with only normal dev. It's weird to see, but all right. I honestly want a receiver too. I might go for Taywan Taylor or Dante Pettis. Can we release anyone? I mean, we could release Robbie Anderson, but I don't want to. Daniel Croft. Yeah, sure. Marvin Hobbs, that would save 2 mil. Okay, we have 8 mil again. That might be enough to get Dante Pettis. 105-point deal. I think that should be enough to get all these players, I would hope. The only one I'm a little worried about is Von Miller, which it's not good to be worried about the best player we're going for. How about this? We have some coach points. Let's go free agency influence for linebackers and DBs and O-line. Sure. So let's see if this group of players signs. Oh, we don't get Von Miller or Dante Pettis. We do get Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson? Yeah. Lane Johnson, Jair Alexander, Dallas Goedert, and Henry Anderson. But no Von Miller, no Dante Pettis. That's fine. There are other receivers, but the Von Miller one kind of sucks. But our defense was good anyways, so that's not the end of the world. We do need a receiver, though. Should we go Marquise Lee? I mean, that would be fun. Another guy, I think he got his career derailed by injuries. He was pretty good for the Jags for a couple years. Could also go with another former Jags receiver, Christian Kirk. He's a little cheaper, but I'd rather go with the higher overall player. 103 points. I don't think that's enough. I want to go at least like 105, 106. That should be enough, maybe. It's hard to gauge like what's going to be enough. We don't get Marquise Lee. All right, how about Christian Kirk signed? There's James Washington, I guess. Sure, whatever. 3 years, 22. I think he'll take that. Okay, he does. So we're now up to an 81 overall, and that's without a quarterback. So we're getting better, but let's hope this is a good QB class, and let's see if we can actually make this Jets team good. I hope so. But all right, we pick at number 20. Now, unfortunately, I have no idea how to scout QBs in this game. I don't remember at all. There's Connor Brodine, a scrambler QB. He has 4.53 speed. He's already 23. That's the issue. And then there's Joey Riley, also 23. Not as fast. Both have B+ throw power and B+ break sack and B+ throw on the run. Okay, they're the same, just Brodine is faster. One's from Florida State, one's from Florida. I mean, I guess we'll go with Brodine. Sure. Good pick. Ranked 6, got him at 20. That was all luck, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I figured he looked decent. We'll take that though. Only quick dev, but better than normal at least. So now we hopefully have our QB of the future. But all right, round 2, probably gonna go with O-line here unless there's a really good looking receiver. I don't really see one. Oh yeah, it was like route runner types that you should look for, right? I think that's what it was, but I don't see any. Were route runner types a thing? Am I making that up? Maybe I'm making that up. I don't see a single one. All right, never mind. Let's see. Houston Logan is a really good athlete at center. He looks solid. Are there any really strong guards? Let me see. There's Hooper DeVoe. What are these names, dude? Another 23-year-old. He ran a 4.97 at 339. We'll probably take him at some point. We could go Houston Logan. I think we're going to stay away from defense unless I see someone insane or anything. Ooh, Leonard Dorsett actually looks pretty good. Might have to take him. But all right, who's supposed to go first? first. It's Houston Logan, right? We'll take him here. He looks pretty good. Ranked 74, or 74 overall. Ranked 66, got him at 52. He's whatever. Let's go with Hooper DeVoe. He looks, I think he'll be better than the last guy. Nope, they're the same overall. Ranked 82, got him at 84, not a bad pick. And then let's go with Leonard Dorsett out of Tennessee. He looks pretty good. Not the craziest combine, but I like those ratings. 75 overall. Okay, ranked 58, got him at 116. Sure, technically a good pick, so we'll take it. And I think he'll start, so that was actually a pretty good pick. But all right, here is a look at the team heading into year 5. Probably the second to last year. We're up to an 83 overall now after this offseason. We have an 83 offense, 89 defense. Our defense is looking very good. Whoa, I'm not used to scrolling around with the old roster layout, but yeah, the team's looking good. New offensive playbook, so hopefully our offense does better. Again, I have no idea if the Falcons' offensive playbook is actually good or if the Falcons were just good, but we'll see. Couldn't be horrible if the Falcons had the best offense, right? I guess we'll see. But all right, the O-line should be better this year. Brodeen should be better than Sam Darnold was. The team as a whole should be better than it has been. So let's get to the midseason point and let's hope we're better than 3-4 or 3-4-1. Wow. Okay, I don't know if this has ever happened in a rebuild, but we are 3-4 again. 5 years in a row, 3-4 or 3-4-1 at the midseason. Why? Is it the interior O-line again or just the O-line in general? Ooh, Brodeen is not doing well as a rookie. Derrick Henry's doing well. How's the O-line doing? Okay, Trent Williams and Lane Johnson are terrible. Houston Logan is terrible. The guards are pretty good though. We don't really have much of a replacement option for any of these guys though. I mean, maybe, but I don't think they'll do any better. Well, I want to make the playoffs at least one more time with this team. Hopefully Brodeen will start to play better. I mean, that's the hope for a rookie QB. You never know though. He's a good overall, so he should do better, but we just gotta see. Ooh, but we have some re-signings. Landon Collins, Robbie Anderson, Trayon Boye. I guess that's about it, for starters at least. Oh, and we actually have a pretty good amount of cap space. Landon Collins will go 4 years, 38. That is incredibly cheap. Robbie Anderson will go 4 years, 41. He takes it. And then Trayon Boye will go 4 years, 28. He takes it. Okay, cool. Other than that, it's just backups. So I guess we'll get to the end of the year, and it looks like we're going to be going to a year 6, unless we have a big bounce back. All right, it looks like we missed the playoffs once again. We go 6-9-1. All right, we get one more shot at this. What was the issue? Our division has been winnable every year. The Bills won it at 8-7-1. What was the problem? Brodeen wasn't great, but he did about as well as Sam Darnold was doing. Derrick Henry was really good. Robbie Anderson, almost 1,000 yards, 900 for Goddard, 800 for Washington, 650 for Mabry. God, Trent Williams and Lane Johnson allowed 14 sacks each. We're gonna have 2 new tackles next year. Howard Halsey was awful. Logan wasn't great, but Bradley was good. Williamson, 121 tackles, TFL's 14 for Barnett, but sacks 7 for Boye, only 5.5 for Barnett, but 6 picks for Bobby McCain, 2 for Collins, and then 1 for a few players. Was our defense still good at least, or pretty good? It was, 23rd for defensive yards. We were 23rd for points scored, apparently. 22nd for points allowed. I don't know what the problem is, but Zeke wins MVP here. It's like all running backs. Jacoby Brissett up here again. Teddy Bridgewater, former Jet. That hurts. Let's see, any Jets for any award? Brodeen does take Offensive Rookie of the Year at least, but maybe the Falcons playbook isn't the move. I just don't know what is, because yeah, they weren't that good of an offense. They were mid. Okay, you know what? I think we're just gonna leave the offensive playbook. It should be fine. We know there's the potential in there for it to be the best. It was last year. We're just gonna completely change the offensive line. I have a plan to hopefully fix it, maybe. But all right, for re-signings, I don't think we're gonna bring anyone here back. I mean, maybe Jake Elliott, just because I don't want to have to sign a different kicker. But yeah, everyone else can go. Scandrick is an RB2, Spencer, Helfit, all these guys are whatever. But all right, let's get into free agency for the final time. Let me get rid of a couple players, obviously. We are gonna get rid of Trent Williams. That'll save 12 mil. He has been horrible horrible. And Lane Johnson, that'll save 5 mil. He was terrible. Two terrible linemen in real life, Lane Johnson and Trent Williams, obviously. Like, I know I'm complaining about a 6-year-old game, but these are still massive issues in current Madden, at least for simulation. But all right, yeah, there are not really any free agent linemen still. So let's see what we can do other than that. There is Parker Kerr. Looks like we can get a pretty decent lead for him. We might as well just spend all of our money though, because why not? Marcel Shivers, he would be an upgrade at running back. Just any minor upgrade we could get, we might as well. Vidal Lovelock, looks like he would be an upgrade, so sure. He's a 94 overall. I'm shocked we still have money. It feels like we've been paying tons of players. 110 points, that should be enough. Let's see, Jordan Hicks is available and cheap, so sure. 107, okay, that might be a little overkill, but we'll do it. Taylor Butler, he would be our CB2. 109 points, is that enough? I don't know. 122, okay, I think that would be enough. Okay, we should save a little bit of cap space, because like I said, I want to do one more thing. Is there anyone else we can release? Let me see. There is Derek Barnett. He really hasn't been that good. There's Bobby McCain. Derek Barnett does have superstar, though. Let's see, I won't go for Butler. Actually, this will probably be fine because one of these players will probably reject us, I would assume. I mean, we have massive leads for everyone, so maybe not, but let's see. Okay, we do get Lovelock, Butler, Shivers. We don't get Hicks, though. We do get Kerr, but that actually works out fine, I think. How much cap space do we have? 11 mil? Okay, I think that'll be enough. Let me work on a trade. Okay, we are going to be trading a 2 and a 7 for Zagonina. I don't know what that last name is, but we're giving up some picks for a left tackle. I checked his stats. It looks like he's at least been better than who we've had, so hopefully he does well. Not who I planned on getting, but like actual good overall left tackles were crazy expensive, even if they're like 31 or 2 already. But we do actually have a little more money still because we didn't get who I thought we were gonna. Who should we sign? We could get HaHa Clinton Dix just for fun. I don't know what we're gonna do with him, but we'll figure something out. See, 122 points, that should be good. And I mean, we still have 5 mil. Let's sign this random receiver. He has no offers. We'll see. Okay, we do get both. So we're now up to an 84 overall before we've even gotten to the draft. So let's draft some linemen. But all right, in the draft, we pick at number 9. And there are some pretty good looking linemen. There are at least 3 left tackles that look pretty good. I don't know if Wusu looks great, but at least Sandy and whatever his last name is look pretty good. Should we trade up? Can we trade up, I guess, is the better question. We did trade away our 2nd round pick, so I don't know. Okay, let me see how long these tackles last. Okay, well, there goes one. Rough start. Maybe we won't be getting a left tackle. If one goes at 2, okay, yeah, there goes Sandy. I mean, we couldn't trade up that far anyways without a 2nd round pick. Let's just get to pick 9. Should we go with Wusu? I don't know if he's that good. Sherman looks as good, and he's supposed to be a 2nd round pick. Bruce looks pretty good, round 4. I don't really see any good guards this year. That's the problem, like at all. I don't remember this though. Unless I'm just thinking of Madden 18, I don't remember this few good linemen. I remember there being so many good linemen. Again, maybe I'm just thinking of Madden 18, but I do remember this game being different. Although I do think this is the recent Madden game that I've played the least of. I don't know why, but I just haven't played this game that much. I guess that maybe shows. This Groves guy looks really good, but we don't need a receiver. We'll just go with Wusu. I mean, he doesn't look that good, but it's not like we have much of another choice. I don't know if we could find another starter here, so we'll just take him. He's at least a 78. He's better than I expected. Ranked 14, got him at 9. It says we reached, but by 5 picks, that's fine. But all right, round 3. Bruce is still here. I think he's gonna be the pick. Let me look at some of these other linemen first, just to make sure none of them are like crazy strong or anything. I mean, they're all pretty strong. Bowen looks pretty good too. But all right, let's go Charles Bruce out of Vanderbilt. 75 overall, ranked 51, got him at 73. I mean, we've picked a lot of linemen like him. Maybe he'll be the one that actually plays okay. We'll see. And you guessed it, we're going with another lineman, assuming there's still a decent one. Let's go with Matt Bowen out of, almost said Cincinnati, Connecticut, UConn. 74 overall, ranked 68, got him at 105. I don't even know how many 74, 75 overall linemen we've taken, but again, hopefully one of them are decent. But okay, you know what? Looking at the linemen that were even available, I'm glad it's not just a skill issue. There really wasn't much of a better option. There was, God, Avery Harold, but the E in Avery is in a weird spot, and Harold has an E instead of an A. These names are so weird. But yeah, Wusu was the best lineman we could have taken with that pick, and then Bruce was the second best lineman we could have taken with that pick. Roy Paul was slightly better, 76, but only by 1 overall. So we really got 2 of the 3 best linemen we could have, so I don't feel too bad about that. But yeah, just not really any great O-linemen other than the ones that went at 1 and 2, so it's a little bit unlucky, but it is what it is. We still did all right. But okay, here is a look at the team heading into the final season. We are up to an 84 overall, 83 offense, 91 defense. This is a very good defense, but a very not great offense. Again, I'm still very worried about the offensive line here, but I do gotta check. At an 84 overall, I think I forgot to check last year, but where does an 84 rank in the league? Ooh, okay. I mean, I don't see anyone higher yet. I'm sure there are higher overall teams. Okay, the Jags of all teams are an 85. The 49ers, the Falcons. Let me just count them in my head. Okay, there are 5 teams that are higher overall than us, so we are tied for 6th in terms of overall. That's not too bad. And that should go up by the end of the year, so I'll check again at the end of the season. But I really hope y'all have been enjoying this. This was a lot of fun. It's fun to go back and try to figure out how to play these old Maddens. Not that they're too different, but a little different. Oh yeah, and also, I guess because y'all stayed until the end of this video, I guess y'all get to know first. The next video I do is gonna be my first College Football 26 video on the channel. I'm gonna get into that right after I finish this. I have a fun plan that I did last year. Unfortunately, I saw it in my recommended. Someone already did it, but that's okay. I'm gonna do it anyways. Should be a super fun first College Football 26 video, so expect that in the next few days. But all right, anyways, let's get into this final season. I'll get to the mid-season, but I'll see y'all at the end of the year, and hopefully we do well. If we don't, this is the final year, so we better do well. All right, well, at the end of year number 6, we are up to an 86 overall. Let's start this on a positive note. In terms of overall, where do we rank now? Okay, still tied for 6th. The Saints have a 99 overall center. I didn't know that was possible. Looking at tackles, almost all of them were in the 70s, even with the 200% XP sliders. But all right, we're still good in terms of overall, but what happened this year? Brodine wasn't bad. 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 10 picks. He was actually pretty good. Shivers was good. That was a nice signing. I wasn't sure how Derrick Henry would do, but he was still good as an RB2. We had 2 1,000-yard receivers, Kerr and Anderson, but I think our big issue was still left tackle. Gonina, something like that. He allowed 11 sacks in 481 snaps, so obviously I benched him at the midseason for Daniel Hayden, who allowed 8 sacks in 650 snaps. So that's not great. But I mean, the rest of our line was pretty good. I benched Holsey at the midseason for Logan, who did amazing. But how about the defense? 93 tackles for Williamson, 13 TFLs for Lovelock, and 13.5 sacks for Lovelock, 8 for Boye, 6.5 for Barnett, 6 for Williams, and we had a good amount of picks. We were 20th for offensive yards. The defense looked good, though. 5th for defensive yards, 21st for points scored, 19th for points allowed, though. Zeke wins another MVP. Aaron Rodgers on the Bears. Ugh. But obviously, we did not make the playoffs in the final year. We definitely gave the Jets a better roster. I did what I could, but unfortunately, we finished 7-9 and missed the playoffs. You hate to see it.